Hey, so tonight I want to share something personal, something that still sits heavy in my chest, even though months have passed and the ocean breeze has long since faded from my memory. It's about family, about being invisible in plain sight, and about the moment I finally chose myself over the people who were supposed to choose me first. This is about my sister Rachel's wedding, the one I wasn't invited to, and the vacation that changed everything. If this kind of storytelling speaks to you, feel free to like, subscribe, and drop a comment with your thoughts or your own story. Now, dim the lights or put on your headphones, and let's begin. I remember the exact moment everything shifted. I was sitting at my kitchen table, coffee going cold in my hands, staring at my phone screen. The message had come through 20 minutes earlier, but it read it at least a dozen thank you's. Each pass hoping the words would somehow rearrange themselves into something that made sense. Hey, just wanted to give you a heads up that we finalized the guest list and had to make some really hard decisions. Hope you get it. Love you tons. Hard decisions. That's what she called it. I wasn't some twice-removed cousin she'd met once at a family reunion. I wasn't her childhood friend she'd Ramon apart from over the years. I was her brother, the same brother who'd helped her pack up her entire apartment when her ex kicked her out at midnight. The same brother who'd covered 3 months of her utilities when she was between jobs. The same brother who'd talked her off the ledge more thank you's than I could count when life felt like too much. And now, apparently, I was also the same brother who didn't make the cut for her special day. My chest felt tight, like someone had wrapped steel cables around my ribs and was slowly turning a crank. I set my phone down, picked up my coffee, realized my hands were shaking, and set it back down again. This had to be a mistake. It had to be. I picked up my phone and called my mother before I could talk myself out of it. She answered on the third ring, her voice bright and cheerful like she'd been expecting me to call about something pleasant. Hey honey, what's going on? I didn't waste thank you with pleasantries. I just got a text from Rachel. She says I'm not invited to the wedding. The pause that followed told me everything I needed to know. It wasn't surprise. It wasn't confusion. It was the pause of someone who'd known all along and had been hoping I wouldn't bring it up. Oh, sweetheart, my mother said, and I recognized that tone immediately. It was the same voice she used when I was 10 and complained that Rachel got to stay up later than me. The same voice that dismissed every hurt, every slight, every moment I'd felt overlooked. It's just a wedding. Don't blow this out of proportion. Just a wedding. The words landed like a slap. Mom, I said, forcing my voice to stay level. I'm her brother. How is this not a big deal? I heard her sigh, the kind of theatrical exhale she reserved for moments when she thought I was being difficult. Look, it's not personal. They had to keep the numbers down. Weddings are expensive, you know. Maybe they just figured you'd understand. Wouldn't understand, as if understanding made being excluded hurt any less. I saw Rachel's Instagram yesterday, I said quietly. She posted about sending out 150 invitations. This isn't about numbers, Mom. This is about me specifically not being wanted there. Another pause, this one shorter. Well, I don't know what to tell you. These things happen. Don't make a scene about it. Don't make a scene. That was the family motto, wasn't it? Don't make a scene when Rachel took credit for my idea at the family business meeting. Don't make a scene when she forgot my birthday 3 years running. Don't make a scene when she only called when she needed something. Just smile, nod, be the good brother who never complains and always shows up when needed. I thought about all the thank you's Eid swallowed my hurt. All the thank you's Eid made myself smaller so Rachel could shine brighter. You know what, Mom? I said. You're right. It's just a wedding. It'll be fine. Before she could respond, I hung up. My hands had stopped shaking. Instead, there was this strange clarity settling over me, cold and sharp. If I wasn't yet important enough to include, then I wasn't going to waste another second being upset about it. I was going to do something I'd never done before. I was going to choose myself. I opened my laptop and started searching for flights. If Rachel could have her perfect day without me, then I could have an amazing week without her. Within an hour, it found exactly what I was looking for. A 5-star resort in the Caribbean. The kind of place I'd always scrolled past thinking it was too extravagant, too expensive, too much for someone like me. Not this thank you in. I booked a suite with an ocean view, spa access, and a private section of beach. I added excursions, wine tastings, sunset cruises, everything I'd always wanted to do but never gave myself permission to enjoy. When the confirmation email came through, I felt something shift in my chest. It wasn't quite happiness. Not yet, but it was close. It was freedom. The wedding was 3 weeks away. I had 3 weeks to sit with my decision, to maybe feel guilty, to possibly change my mind. But as the days passed, something interesting happened. The guilt never came. Instead, I felt lighter. I caught myself smiling at random moments, thinking about turquoise water and white sand beaches, about my tays and morning swans and days with absolutely no family obligations. Rachel never called to explain. Mom didn't bring it up again. It was like they decided that ignoring the situation would make it go away, that it'd eventually just accept being written out of the story. Maybe old me would have. Not anymore. The week before the wedding, I posted a casual shot of my packed suitcase with a caption that was intentionally vague. Big trip coming up. Can't wait. Within minutes, my cousin Marcus texted me. Yo, where are you going? Wedding weekend? I sent back a simple note. Better plans. The dots appeared, disappeared, appeared again. Wait, what? You're not going to Rachel's wedding? Once invited, I typed. So I'm going to Paradise instead. Should be fun. His response was immediate. What? Bro, that's insane. Good for you though. It felt good having someone acknowledge that this was messed up, that I wasn't crazy for being hurt. That night, I allowed myself one moment of doubt. I sat on my couch, staring at a framed photo from 5 years ago. Rachel and me at some family gathering, both laughing at something I couldn't remember anymore. We looked happy. We looked like siblings who mattered to each other. But that was 5 years ago. Somewhere between then and now, I'd become optional. An afterthought. Someone who could be cut, without a second thought. I put the frame face down and went to finish packing. The morning of my flight, I woke up with nervous energy thrumming through my veins. In another reality, it'd be getting ready to put on a suit, to drive to a venue, to watch my sister get married. In this reality, I was putting on shorts and a comfortable shirt, checking my passport, and heading to the airport. The difference felt monumental. As I waited to board, I took a photo of my boarding pass, the destination clearly visible, and posted it. Guess I got cut from the guest list, but something tells me I'll survive. The responses started flooding in immediately. My cousin Diana commented with crying laughing emojis. An old friend wrote, "This is the most epic response ever." And then I saw it. A notification that Mom had viewed my story. No comment, no text, just the view. I smiled, pocketed my phone, and boarded my flight. First class was everything it imagined and more. Leather seats that reclined fully. Champagne served in actual glass. Legroom for days. As we took off, I looked out the window at the shrinking city below and felt the last threads of obligation snap loose. Somewhere down there, my family was probably buzzing around helping Rachel with last-minute details, never once wondering why I wasn't there to help too. That was fine. Let them have their perfect day. I was going to have an even better week. The flight attendant came by with another glass of champagne. I accepted it, raised it in a small, private toast to myself, and settled back to enjoy the ride. When we landed, the warm air hit me like an embrace. The airport smelled like salt and tropical flowers, and even the humidity felt luxurious. A driver was waiting with my name on a sign, led me to a pristine black car with cold bottles of water and chilled towels. "First, thank you in visiting?" he asked as we pulled onto the coastal road. "First, thank you in doing something just for me," I said, and he rammed like he understood exactly what I meant. The resort was somehow even more beautiful than the photos. Palm trees swayed in the breeze. The main building was open-air architecture that let the ocean wind flow through. I was handed a cocktail before I even reached the check-in desk. "Welcome home," the attendant said, and something about those words made my throat tight. When had I last felt welcomed anywhere? My room was on the 7th floor, corner suite with floor-to-ceiling windows and a balcony that overlooked the endless blue of the Caribbean. I dropped my bags, walked straight to the balcony, and just stood there, letting the view sink in. This was real. It'd really done this. In a few hours, Rachel's wedding would begin. The ceremony would be beautiful, I was sure. The reception would be elegant. Everyone would toast to the happy couple, and I wouldn't be there. Instead, it'd be here, in paradise, finally putting myself first. I remapped my phone and took a photo of the view. The sun starting its descent toward the horizon, painting everything gold. I posted it with a simple caption. "When one door closes, another opens to a balcony in paradise." Cheers to new chapters. Within minutes, my phone started buzzing with responses. I glanced at them, saw Mom's name flash across the screen in an incoming call, and with a smile that felt both strange and satisfying, I silenced it and set the phone face down. For the first thank you in longer than I could remember, I was going to enjoy a moment without letting my family's needs interrupt it. The sun continued its slow descent. The ocean sparkled, and somewhere inside me, something that had been wound tight for years finally began to unwind. The first morning in paradise felt like waking up in someone else's life. Sunlight poured through the gauzy curtains, warm and golden, nothing like the harsh alarm clock buzz I was used to. I could hear the ocean, that constant gentle rhythm of waves. And for a moment I just lay there, eyes closed, listening. No phone calls demanding I fix something, no texts asking when it arrived to help set up. No family obligations pulling me in 12 directions. Just peace. I ordered room service, an indulgence I'd never allowed myself before, feeling guilty about the expense. But guilt was for people who mattered to the ones they loved. Since I apparently didn't, I might as well enjoy it. When the cart arrived, loaded with fresh fruit, fluffy eggs, pastries that smelled like heaven, and coffee, so perfect it ruined every cup I'd ever had before, I wheeled it out to the balcony and ate slowly, savoring every bite. This, I thought, was what had been missing. Not just good food or a beautiful view, but the permission to enjoy something without apologizing for it. By mid-morning, I was settled by the pool with a book I'd been meaning to read for months and a drink with an umbrella in it. The sun was warm but not harsh, filtered through palm trees that swayed in the breeze. Around me, other guests laughed and splashed, but it all felt distant, like background music to my own private moment of contentment. That's when my phone started buzzing. I'd turned off airplane mode earlier to post another photo. This one of my drink against the pool backdrop with the caption, "Wedding? What wedding?" It was petty. I knew it was petty. I didn't care. The likes and comments rolled in fast. Some supportive, some confused, but all of them acknowledging that yes, this was happening, I was really here instead of there. Then I saw the notifications. Messages from numbers I'd blocked the day before. Somehow, they were still getting through, probably using other people's phones. I scrolled through them, my good mood not even denting. "Where are you?" Mom had written from Aunt Carol's number. "Your sister is looking for you. Rachel needed me." Of course she did. Rachel always needed me when something went wrong, when she needed someone to smooth things over or fix problems she'd created. But when it came to the moments that mattered, the celebrations, the joy, I was optional. I deleted the message and went back to my book. The afternoon stretched out lazy and perfect. I went snorkeling, saw fish in colors I didn't know existed. I got a massage that found knots in my shoulders I'd been carrying for years. I sat on my balcony as the sun set, painting the sky in oranges and pinks, and I felt more like myself than I had in longer than I could remember. It was only when I checked my phone later, getting ready for dinner, that I saw the explosion. 37 missed calls. Texts coming in so fast my phone couldn't keep up. Voicemails filling up my inbox. My heart rate kicked up, not from guilt, but from curiosity. Something had happened. I opened the messages, scanning through them quickly. "Call me now. This is an emergency. I can't believe you're doing this. The wedding is falling apart." And then, from Marcus, a message that made me sit down. "Dude, the Ramum left. Middle of the reception. You need to see this. It's chaos." The Ramum left. I read it again and again, somewhere across thousands of miles. At the wedding I wasn't invited to. The Ramum had walked out. I should have felt something. Sympathy, maybe, concern for my sister. Instead, I felt a dark sort of satisfaction curling in my chest. Karma was apparently real, and she had perfect thank you-ing. I scrolled through more messages. Diana had sent a voice note. I pressed play. "Oh my God, you missed the craziest thing." Her voice came through, half laughing, half shocked. "So the ceremony went fine, but at the reception, Rachel and her new husband got into this huge fight, like screaming at each other in front of everyone, and he just left, put down his champagne, said something like 'I can't do this,' and walked out. Rachel is losing it. Mom is trying to fix it. Uncle Frank started yelling about the family reputation. It's a disaster. Everyone's asking where you are. Thought you'd want to know?" The voice note ended. I sat there, phone in hand, processing. Then, slowly, I started to smile. Not because I was happy Rachel was hurting. I wasn't a monster. But because for once, just once, the universe had shown up for me instead of for her. More messages came through. Mom, from yet another number. This is not the thank you Wayne for your tantrum. Your sister needs you. Family sticks together. Rachel, her words nearly incoherent. Please, where are you? I need my brother. Everything is falling apart. Aunt Carol, we need everyone here. Come home. But the one that made me laugh out loud came from Uncle Frank. This is what happens when you disrespect family bonds. You've cursed this wedding with your absence. I'd cursed it. Me, the one who wasn't invited. I took a screenshot of that message. It was too good not to save. I thought about responding. Part of me wanted to point out the irony that the family who'd excluded me was now demanding I show up to clean up their mess. But that would require engaging, and I was done engaging. Instead, I took a photo of my dinner reservation confirmation. The name of an exclusive beachside restaurant I'd never have splurged on before, and posted it. Sorry, can't talk, dining beachside. Hope everyone's having a good evening though. The reactions were instantaneous. Some people got it, flooded the comments with support. Others were horrified. I didn't care about either. I finished getting ready, went to dinner, and ordered the most expensive thing on the menu. The restaurant was built on a pier stretching out over the water. Fairy lights glowed overhead. A live band played something soft and jazzy. My table was right at the edge, close enough to hear the waves lapping at the posts below. The food was art on a plate, each course better than the last. And the whole thank you in. My phone kept buzzing. I ignored it. Halfway through the meal, a couple at the next table noticed me taking photos. Special occasion? The woman asked kindly. I smiled. You could say that. I'm celebrating choosing myself for once. She raised her wine glass toward me. That's the best kind of celebration. When I got back to my room, pleasantly full and slightly buzzed from the wine, I finally listened to the voicemails. Mom was first. I don't know what you think you're proving, but this is childish. Your sister's marriage fell apart on her wedding day, and you're posting vacation photos. You should be ashamed. I deleted it. Rachel was next, crying so hard I could barely understand her. I know I messed up. I know I should have invited you. But I need you. I've always needed you. Please call me back. I almost felt bad. Almost. Then I remembered 3 weeks of silence. 3 weeks where she could have said I made a mistake or I want you there. Or even just I'm sorry. 3 weeks where she'd chosen to keep me excluded. She didn't need me. She needed someone to fix things. That wasn't the same. Marcus had left a message too. His voice hushed. Bro, this is insane. Mom and Aunt Carol are fighting now about whose fault this is. Aunt Carol said if you'd been here, you would have prevented this somehow. Mom said that's ridiculous. Now they're not speaking. Diana and I are just watching with popcorn at this point. Grandma keeps saying the ancestors are disappointed. It's like a reality show. Anyway, call me when you can. This is entertainment gold. I did smile at that one. At least someone was seeing this for what it was. I texted Marcus back. Thanks for the updates. I'm good here. Let me know if it gets even more chaotic. His response was immediate. It will? They're planning a family meeting when you get back. Just warning you, a family meeting to discuss what, exactly? How it ruined everything by not being present at an event I wasn't invited to. How my absence had somehow caused a Ramoom to walk out on his bride. The mental gymnastics required to make this my fault were Olympic level. I sent one last text to Marcus. I'm extending my trip. They'll have to have their meeting without me. Then I blocked every number that had contacted me that day, except Marcus and Diana, and turned on Do Not Disturb. The next few days were surreal. Each morning I'd wake up, check to see if there were any new attempts to reach me through Diana or Marcus, and then ignore everything else. I went on excursions, hiked to waterfalls, took a sailing lesson, spent an entire day doing absolutely nothing but reading in a hammock between 2 palm trees. The resort staff started recognizing me, meeting me by name, asking how I was enjoying my stay. I was enjoying it more than I'd enjoyed anything in years. That was the truth. While my family imploded back home, I was having the thank you in of my life. At night, I'd sometimes think about Rachel, not with guilt, but with curiosity. What was she doing? Was she trying to salvage the marriage? Was she blaming me? Part of me wanted to know. The rest of me knew that knowing would only pull me back into the drama I'd worked so hard to escape. On the 5th day, Diana called, I almost didn't answer. But Diana had always been honest with me, never played the family politics game. "Hey," I said, answering as I lounged on my balcony. "Hey yourself," she said. "So, you want the full update or just the highlights?" I considered. "Give me the highlights. I'm on vacation." She laughed. "Right. Okay. Highlight 1. Rachel is not married. The Ramum filed for annulment 2 days after he walked out." Highlight 2. Mom is losing her mind trying to save face with all the relatives. Highlight 3. Half the family thinks you're a hero and the other half thinks you're the devil. And highlight 4. The best part. Grandma announced at Sunday dinner that this all happened because the family has lost its way and forgotten what's important. Guess who she said was the only one with any sense? I rammed. "Who? You." She said you were the only one who knew your worth and refused to be treated as less than. Mom nearly had a stroke. I laughed. Really laughed. "For the first thank you in since this whole thing started." Grandma said that? Word for word. It was glorious. "Anyway, they keep asking when you're coming back. I've been telling them I don't know. You are coming back, right?" I looked out at the ocean, endless and blue and perfect. "Eventually. But not yet. I'm not done here." "Good for you," Diana said softly. "Seriously. It's about thank you when someone in this family stood up for themselves." After we hung up, I sat there for a long thank you and watching the waves. I thought about going home, about walking back into that mess of hurt feelings and blame and expectations. And then I thought about staying here, in this bubble where I was priority, where I mattered, where no one asked me to be smaller so they could be bigger. I wasn't ready to leave that behind yet. The decision to extend my trip wasn't impulsive. It was deliberate, calculated. The first thank you NED ever put my needs so clearly above my family's demands. I sat at the resort's business center, laptop open, and added another full week to my reservation. The confirmation email felt like a victory. They wanted me to come running back, to smooth everything over, to make this easier for them. Instead, I was choosing 7 more days of sunrise swans and afternoon naps and absolutely zero family drama. When I told the resort staff I was extending, they upper-mated me. Apparently staying 2 weeks qualified me for some loyalty program, and suddenly I had access to a private lounge, complimentary spa treatments, and a personal concierge. The irony wasn't lost on me. Here, where I was a paying guest, I was valued. At home, where I was family, I was disposable. That night, I posted one more photo. This one was just the sunset from my balcony, stunning and serene, with a caption that I knew would set off another round of reactions. Extended my stay. Turns out paradise is exactly where I need to be right now. Hope everyone's drama gets sorted out soon. The messages came fast. "Mom, using someone's phone I didn't recognize. This is ridiculous. You need to come home and face your responsibilities." What responsibilities? Being blamed for things I didn't do? Fixing problems I didn't create? No thanks. Rachel tried too, her message arriving through Diana's phone. Diana had sent a screenshot with a note. She asked me to forward this. I told her I wouldn't, but figured you'd want to see it. The message from Rachel read, "I'm sorry. I should have invited you. I should have told you how much you mean to me. I messed up everything and I don't know how to fix it without you. Please come home." I stared at that message for a long thank you and this was what I'd wanted, wasn't it? An apology, an acknowledgement that I mattered, but it had come too late and under the wrong circumstances. She wasn't sorry she'd excluded me. She was sorry she needed me now and I wasn't there. There's a difference. I sent Diana a message back. "Thanks for showing me. Tell her I'll call when I'm ready. Right now, I'm not ready." Diana responded immediately. "Will do. Proud of you. By the way." That mattered more than any apology Rachel could offer. The second week somehow felt even better than the first. Maybe because I wasn't waiting for the other shoe to drop anymore. It made my choice. They'd made theirs. Now we all had to live with the consequences. I tried things I'd never done before. Paddleboard yoga, which I was terrible at but laughed through anyway. A cooking class where I learned to make authentic Caribbean dishes. A night dive where the ocean was full of phosphorescent creatures that glowed when disturbed. Each experience felt like reclaiming a piece of myself I'd forgotten existed. The me who tried new things. The me who laughed easily. The me who didn't carry the weight of everyone else's expectations. On the 9th day, Marcus called. "You sitting down?" he asked. "I'm laying in a hammock." "So yes." "Good. Because this is wild. Mom called a family meeting. I heard. Am not going. I know. But listen, it happened yesterday, and it went sideways in a way you need to hear about. I shifted, suddenly interested. Tell me. Marcus took a breath. So, Mom gathered everyone. Aunt Carol, Uncle Frank, Diana and me. Even Grandma showed up. Rachel was there, looking like she hadn't slept in days. Mom starts with this whole speech about family values and sticking together in hard thank you's. Very dramatic. Then she says the reason she called everyone together is because we need to discuss how to move forward and heal as a family. Let me guess, I said. She wanted to talk about me. Oh, you're the headliner. She goes into this thing about how you're being selfish and immature, and that someone needs to make you understand that family comes first. She literally said, he needs to stop acting like a child and come home to support his sister. I laughed, dark and humorless. Of course she did. Wait, it gets better. Grandma stood up. And you know how Grandma gets when she's mad. She looks at Mom and says, the only child in this room is you. Acting like your son doesn't have feelings. Dead silence. Then Grandma turns to Rachel and says, you made your bed. Now you sleep in it. Your brother didn't ruin your wedding. You ruined your relationship with Hyan long before that. I sat up in the hammock, nearly falling out. Grandma said that, word for word. Rachel started crying. Mom tried to argue. Grandma shut her down. Said she'd watched this family take you for romantic for years. And she was done pretending it was okay. Then she walked out. Uncle Frank followed her. The whole thing fell apart in like 10 minutes. I didn't know what to say. Grandma, the family matriarch, the one everyone deferred to, had taken my side. What happened after? I asked finally. Mom looked like she'd been slapped. Aunt Carol tried to say something about everyone being too emotional. Diana stood up and said, maybe we're all finally being honest. Then she left too. Rachel just sat there crying. Mom tried to get control back, but nobody was listening anymore. It was the worst family meeting in history. I kind of loved it. I leaned back, processing. My absence had forced something. Not healing, exactly, but honesty. The family dynamics that had been quietly poisoning everything for years were suddenly visible, unavoidable. Maybe that was better than pretending. How's Rachel? I asked, surprising myself. Marcus sighed. Honestly, a mess. But maybe that's what she needs to be right now. Maybe we all need to stop protecting her from consequences. That night, I thought about calling Rachel. I even pulled up her number, thumb hovering over the call button. But what would I say? That I forgave her? I didn't. Not yet. That I understood? I didn't do that either. That everything would go back to normal? It wouldn't, because I wouldn't let it. In the end, I sent a text instead. A simple one. I got your apology. I'm not ready to talk yet, but I needed you to know I saw it. Her response came fast. When will you be ready? I don't know, I typed. But not until I'm home, and I'm not rushing home. This thank you, and she didn't respond. Maybe she was finally understanding that I wasn't going to bend anymore. The rest of my trip passed in a peaceful blur. I stopped checking my phone obsessively, stopped waiting for the next crisis, just existed in the moment, which was harder than it sounded after a lifetime of being on call for other people's emergencies. On my last morning, I woke before dawn and walked down to the beach. The sun rose slowly, painting the sky in layers of color. Pink, orange, gold, bleeding into each other like watercolors. I sat in the sand and let myself feel everything had been holding back. The hurt of being excluded, the anger at being taken for romantic, the fear that choosing myself made me selfish, but also the hope that maybe, just maybe, this was the beginning of something better. My phone buzzed. A message from Diana. Safe travels. Can't wait to hear everything. Also, heads up, Mom knows you're flying back today. Prepare yourself. I smiled. Of course she did. Of course there would be some attempt to ambush me at the airport or at my apartment. But I wasn't the same person who'd left. That person would have caved, would have apologized for standing up for Hyanself, would have made Hyanself small again to keep the peace. This person, the one who'd spent 2 weeks prioritizing his own happiness, wasn't going to do that anymore. I packed slowly, saying goodbye to the room that had been my sanctuary. I tipped the staff generously, thanked them for making this possible. At the airport, I posted one final photo. My boarding pass, blurred just enough to hide personal information but clear enough to show I was leaving. The caption read, Paradise was amazing, but facing reality can be powerful too. Going home on my terms. The flight home was strange. With every mile, I could feel the weight of real life creeping back. But it felt different this thank you in. Not oppressive, but manageable. Like it'd finally learned how to carry it without letting it crush me. Marcus picked me up from the airport. I'd specifically told everyone else not to come. He remeted me with a ramen and a hug. Welcome back, legend. I'm not a legend, I said, throwing my bag in his trunk. Dude, you went to paradise while your sister's wedding imploded and didn't apologize for it. You're absolutely a legend. We drove in comfortable silence for a while. Then Marcus said, so, Mom wants to see you. I figured. Rachel wants to see you. Also figured. What are you going to do? I watched the familiar streets pass by. The city ID lived in my whole life. It looked different somehow. Or maybe I was different. I'm going to set boundaries, I said. Real ones. And if they can't respect them, then I'll keep my distance. I'm done being the family fix-it guy. Marcus nodded. Good. For the record, Diana and I are on your side. Grandma too. You've got backup this thank you one. That meant more than he probably knew. We pulled up to my apartment. Marcus helped me carry my bags up. As we reached my door, he said, they're going to make you the bad guy, you know? Mom and Rachel. They're going to try to guilt you. I know, I said. But I lived through 2 weeks of them trying to guilt me from thousands of miles away. I can live through it here too. He hugged me again. Call if you need anything. And hey, next thank you when you plan a revenge vacation. Take me with you. After he left, I unpacked slowly, put away clothes that still smelled like ocean air and sunscreen, looked at photos on my phone, sat on my couch in my quiet apartment and let myself just be. My phone rang. Mom. I stared at it, then let it go to voicemail. It rang again. Rachel. Voicemail. A text from Mom. I know you're home. We need to talk. Tonight. I typed out a response, deleted it, typed another. Finally settled on, I'm home. But I'm not ready to talk tonight. They'll let you know when I am. That might be a few days, or it might be longer. I need space. Her response was immediate. This is ridiculous. Family doesn't ignore family. I almost laughed. The irony was too perfect. Family also doesn't exclude family from weddings. They'll call when I'm ready. Please respect that. I silenced my phone after that. The next few days were an adjustment. I went back to work, caught up with friends who'd heard about everything through the family Ramapavine. Most were supportive. A few told me I should forgive and forget. I smiled and changed the subject with those ones. On the 4th day, I called Rachel. She answered before the first ring even finished. Oh, thank God, she breathed. I've been so worried. Don't be, I said. I'm fine. Can we meet? I want to apologize properly. Face to face. I thought about it. Part of me wanted to say no, to make her wait longer. But that wasn't about healing. That was about punishment. And I didn't want to be that person. Okay, I said. Coffee tomorrow? Neutral remound. Yes. Anywhere. It'll be there. We met at a cafe halfway between our apartments. She looked tired, older somehow than she had a month ago. We ordered drinks in silence, then sat across from each other, the small table feeling like an enormous distance. I'm sorry, she said first. I know I already said that, but I need to say it again. I was wrong. I hurt you. I took you for romantic. I don't have an excuse. I stirred my coffee, watching the cream swirl. Why? I asked. Why cut me out? She looked down. The truth. My future in-laws. They made comments. About you being single. About you not having your life together the way they thought families should. It was stupid and I should have defended you. But I didn't. I just went along with it. Made excuses. And then it was easier to not invite you than to fight with them about it. That stung worse than being excluded. Being excluded was bad enough. Being excluded because I was embarrassing? That cut deep. So you chose people you barely knew over your brother? I said quietly. You chose their judgment over me. Tears welled in her eyes. Yes, and I hate myself for it. The marriage fell apart because he was exactly the kind of person who would ask me to exclude family. I see that now. But I'm so sorry I didn't see it then. I sat with that. Her apology felt real this. Thank you, and not because she needed something, but because she genuinely understood what she'd done. I don't know if I can just forgive you, I said. Not yet. I know. And I need things to change. I can't keep being the person everyone takes for romantic. I know, she said again. It'll do better. I promise. We talked for another hour. It wasn't comfortable. There were tears. From both of us. There were hard truths. But there was also, maybe, the beginning of something more honest than what we'd had before. When we said goodbye, she hugged me tight. I really am sorry, she whispered. I know, I said, and I did. But sorry wasn't the same as fixed. It would take thank you in. Maybe a long thank you in. That night, I called Mom. That conversation was harder. She didn't want to apologize. She wanted to explain, to justify, to make me understand why Shed sided with Rachel. You're my son, but she's my daughter who was getting married, she said. I had to support her. You could have supported both of us, I said. You could have told her excluding me was wrong. It wasn't my place. It absolutely was your place. You're our mother. We went in circles for a while. Finally, I said, Mom, I love you, but I can't keep having a relationship where I'm always the one expected to understand. I need you to try to understand me sometimes too. There was a long pause. Then, quietly, you're right. I'll try. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't even close to perfect. But it was a start. The weeks that followed were strange. I set boundaries I'd never set before. Didn't respond to texts immediately. Said no when I was asked to drop everything to help. Took myself out to nice dinners and didn't feel guilty. Slowly, things shifted. Rachel started checking in without needing something. Mom started asking about my life instead of just updating me about Rachel's. Grandma invited me to lunch, just the two of us, and told me she was proud of me for standing up for myself. It's hard, she said, choosing yourself when you've been taught that's selfish. But it's not selfish. It's survival. I thought about the resort often. The sound of the waves, the taste of salt air, the feeling of being somewhere I mattered. And I realized I didn't need to be in paradise to feel that way. I just needed to create that space for myself, wherever I was. 3 months after the wedding that wasn't, Rachel invited me to dinner. Just her, no one else. We talked like we hadn't in years. Really talked. About our childhood. About the patterns we'd fallen into. About how to do better. I'm thinking of going back to school, she said. Starting over. That's good, I said. What made you decide? She smiled, sad but genuine. Watching you choose yourself, it made me realize I've been living for other people's approval for too long. Time to figure out what I actually want. We clinked our glasses together. Two siblings trying to find their way back to each other. To something healthier than what we'd had. It wouldn't be fast. There would be setbacks. But for the first thank you, Wayne, it felt possible. Yes, I look at the photos from my trip. Reminders of the moment everything changed. The moment I stopped waiting for my family to value me and started valuing myself. Was it petty to go on vacation instead of trying to patch things up? Maybe, but it was also necessary. Sometimes you have to make a scene to be seen. Sometimes you have to walk away to find your way back. And sometimes choosing yourself isn't selfish. It's the bravest thing you can do. I'm still learning that. But I'm learning. And that's enough.